Recently, I've been feeling like the happiest and most confident that I've ever felt. And it kind of just makes me like love everything and everyone. Like I'm popping M all the time. It's kind of weird. But it made me realize if you ever encounter a hating ass bitch, their life is probably really, really sad. And so instead of getting mad at them, in reality, we should pity them and like wish them well. Because that's the only way they'll ever get better.
This is Pokimane, the physical embodiment of toxic positivity. She's also known for being a celebrity on platforms like Twitch and TikTok. The streaming platform Twitch is now in hefty competition with sites like Kick. Kick recently made a huge move by signing streamer xQc for $100 million. Pokimane and xQc both come from the Poggers community on Twitch, so Pokimane had some things to say about xQc being signed to Kick. The problem is, Pokimane is rather deceitful.
Keep doubting Kick, it's already taken over. Fire emoji. Respectfully, people that say stuff like this, you don't understand that Kick makes Twitch money. Like, Kick is using Twitch's services. And if Twitch really wanted, they could just stop giving these services to Kick. But right now, they're just sitting back like, thanks, I guess. But also, honestly, I don't really care damn much.
This is the clip that went viral on Twitter. Many people pointed out that Kick does not make Twitch money. Kick makes Amazon money through using their web services, the company that owns Twitch. While this discrepancy is important to point out, I think what she says at the end of the clip is more interesting.
But also, honestly, I don't really care damn much.
This is a verifiable lie. When she talked to xQc on stream after he got signed, she said this.
I don't know if you remember, like a year or two ago, when I said I think like the only creator Twitch should not lose is you.
Right, I remember that.
Yes, and so I guess ultimately I'm still glad it's non-exclusive, even though they kind of lost you, you're still kind of here.
On one hand, she honestly doesn't really care that much. On the other hand, she's willing to talk to him for like an hour, starting off with reminding him of a compliment she gave him a year ago about how important he is to the Twitch community. So yes, obviously she does care about this a good deal. Pokimane and xQc used to stream together and interact regularly. Now that xQc is moving to a rival platform when Twitch is arguably at its worst, yes, obviously this is something that Pokimane would care about. This may seem like a very minor lie to catch somebody in. However, given the context, it speaks volumes. It shows that Pokimane is well aware of the optical balancing act she's performing, that it's advantageous for her to either downplay or overstate her emotions given the scenario, even if that means flip-flopping between two extremes in a single situation. She does list some good things and bad things about Kick, but when given the right opportunity, she'll throw dirt at the rival platform.
Kick lets streamers be themselves and gives them the right to free speech. It makes it a great platform. You mean watch and gamble?
It's an easy, yet very uncharitable way of representing Kick and freedom of speech. It'd be like if I said, women's autonomy? Really? That thing that like allows women to cheat on their husbands and gold dig? Kick definitely has some kinks to work out, but Twitch's strict censorship continually drives people away from the platform. For Pokimane to write off Kick's policies as degenerate is disingenuous. Having more lax policies is a great business move, especially considering Twitch is their competition. Since Kick's money does largely come from gambling, Pokimane talks about the problems with gambling, but she doesn't talk about the negative impacts of parasocial relationships, a key part of her business model.
xQc is getting money from gambling losses and you're getting money from capitalist Amazon. Which one is worse? Honestly, at least in capitalism, people give money and get a product, whether it's overcharged, whether it's whatever. Gambling is like it's a mental addiction where you get nothing out of it.
Sounds like she's describing what simping is. According to WebMD, in the worst cases, parasocial relationships can impair your mental health, lead to isolation, drive obsessions or stalking, cause eating disorders, lead to media addiction, cause relationship issues, and be linked to cognitive issues. Not to mention, Amazon, who owns Twitch, is currently collaborating with DraftKings, so the argument that Amazon is somehow ethically superior to Kick is silly. Then she says this right after.
Listen, I'm not here to like defend Twitch. They make shitty decisions.
She's not directly defending Twitch, but she is doing so indirectly. Since Twitch has been so bad with its policy decisions lately, it would be absurd even for someone like Pokimane to directly defend Twitch. So the next best thing she can do is make Kick look worse. Her true disappointment in the xQc signing is then made clear, and even that's sugar-coated.
Nothing as of late gets me like really hyped up or excited in regards to the streaming community. And I'm sorry if that comes through when I talk about these things. It's kind of just like sad.
It's kind of funny how this all has come full circle. Pokimane and others advocate for the banning of gambling on Twitch. Twitch bans gambling. New platform Kick emerges allowing gambling. Kick starts offering Twitch streamers extremely lucrative contracts. Pokimane is sad. It's like prohibition. There are good arguments to be made against the consumption of alcohol, but even making it illegal does not take away its marketability. Pokimane's desire for community control does come out in other ways during her conversation with xQc.
Can I tell you my honest opinion real quick?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
So for example, YouTube has amazing shorts, videos, VOD, live stream. They have everything, right?
Yeah.
But still within their live streaming, they don't have good discoverability, not just because they're not bringing traffic to their live streams, but I think because something that Twitch has in comparison is a bit more of an ecosystem. And I think it's good that in a way, Kick via like its socials and honestly, like trying to make good decisions when Twitch makes bad ones is starting to create a community. But I feel like that's how you blow up small streamers into larger ones.
Yeah.
Like the way that LSF is tied in with the Twitch community, the way that people gain traction, the way that there are streamer houses and basically they're all on Twitch more or less. I feel like that's how you blow up smaller creators.
This is a terrible depiction of Twitch's quote-unquote ecosystem. The livestream fails community, which is largely tied to the Poggers community, as well as content houses, more closely resemble barriers of favoritism and nepotism. This gives already established creators, like Pokimane, more control over who winds up becoming successful on Twitch. This borderline requirement of a celebrity connection is not nearly as commonplace on other platforms, but she tries to spin the Twitch ecosystem as good for smaller creators. It's not. People like Pokimane love to downplay the amount of control and power they have.
To be fair, we also did make money playing video games. But also, I'm just a random streamer.
Pokimane is much more than just a random streamer. In a lot of people's minds, she's practically the face of Twitch. She was a major part of the push to get gambling off of Twitch, which happened. She recognizes she could be a prominent mouthpiece for a variety of causes and movements.
I would like to facilitate the creation of legislation that holds people accountable for the actions that they do online. I don't know if I should get into the details because it might rattle some folks, but yes. I think there are some companies that I'm gonna message, or not companies, organizations that are involved with certain causes, and I'll be like, listen, if you ever need someone to, I'm your girl.
She clearly understands that she's more than just a random Twitch streamer. She's been a very prominent figure on Twitch for close to a decade. It takes a high level of media navigation skills to stay relevant for this long while being this banal, but I'm not sure how much longer the playing it safe image is going to work out for her. I think it's worth noting when xQc says this to Pokimane.
So if you're holding your tongue because you're scared of like hurting me, whatever, or you say harsh words, whatever, I don't care. You can say whatever you want.
No, frankly, I don't even know enough about Kick to say much.
Perhaps xQc still would have said this if he was talking to somebody other than Pokimane. Or perhaps Pokimane has a reputation for holding her tongue far too often. I will say it's unfortunate that Kick's money does largely come from gambling. However, considering how long Twitch has had a monopoly on streaming and how their policies and payouts have gotten worse and worse, I don't really care where the money is coming from as long as it means Twitch no longer has a stranglehold on a major entertainment market. Just remember, if you ever encounter a lying ass bitch, their life is probably really, really sad. And so instead of getting mad at them, in reality, we should pity them and like wish them well because they're too busy playing mind games and projecting false positivity. Alright, that's gonna have to do it for this one. Shout out to the best subscriber squad in all of YouTube. I hope everyone has a wonderful day.
Daddy Amazon is winning.